If you're like me, already thinking and strategizing for 2026, thinking about your big rebrand and big glow up, this video is for you because today I'm going to show you how to glow up physically, mentally, and spiritually, not overnight, but intentionally, strategically, and in the best way possible. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Alina and I help women reinvent themselves and step into their full feminine power. Okay, so let's talk about the real glow up, the glow up that actually sticks, not just for weeks or months, but for years, for a lifetime. The real glow up always starts with self-love. I know it's not as sexy as buying new clothes or buying a bag or changing your makeup, but this is the glow up that actually works because it starts from within. It works on the mental state instead of just the physical aspect of you. And this is why this type of glow up will always be more long lasting and it will actually change your life. Number one, you have to eliminate all of the negative self-talk. You could be your best friend or your worst enemy. You always choose. The way you talk to yourself determines your whole life experience. It's the people that come to your life, it's the opportunities that come into your life, it's how people treat you and how people see you. What you think about yourself mirrors to you back through experiences that you get in your life. When you think of yourself that you're ugly, that you're not worthy, people don't notice you. You just don't get the best opportunities. But when you think that you're worthy, that you're successful, that you're beautiful in your own way, people, opportunities, situations, they keep coming to you. You become magnetic because that's what you believe in. And this is the most important thing. What you believe, you become. Your nervous system believes your thoughts. So if you tell yourself that you're behind, why can't you be more of this? Why can't you be more of that? That's what your nervous system starts to believe. It thinks that you're not worthy. When you constantly criticize yourself, your body is in survival state instead of the state of abundance when it attracts all of these great things into your life. Your body thinks that you're just fighting for life, and your glow up doesn't happen in your survival. Your glow up happens when you're in a relaxed state, when you're abundant, when you tell yourself that you're beautiful, that you're all of these amazing things. This is why we always start that this agitating voice that you have, because maybe it's agitating, but maybe it's actually the most loving, the most beautiful voice that you have. You have to really notice what are the tendencies that you have. Do you talk to yourself in a more negative way or a positive way? What is the tone that you have? Are you criticizing yourself? Are you skeptical towards yourself? Or are you friendly? Are you loving? Are you supportive? I have another question for you. Would you ever follow a leader that is always criticizing you? Exactly. That is why you have to become your own best friends. Number two, create beautiful environments for yourself. It doesn't matter if it's where you cook, where you study, or where you work. You deserve calm and beautiful environments around you. Arrange your space, add candles, add some sort of elements to your life that will make you feel more relaxed, more beautiful, more like the best version of yourself. What would the best version of you have around her house? Would you have a sacred space where you can actually read, where you can journal, where you can just think? All of these little things, they upgrade your environment and they upgrade you as a whole, because you start feeling very differently when you're in spaces that you actually enjoy. And most of the time, you don't even need to buy anything new. You don't need to go to stores and buy new furniture. You just need to find what you already have. Because let me tell you that probably if you go to your storage room or if you actually open your shelves, you'll find out that you have so much in there that you can use to create this atmosphere, to upgrade your environment and make this environment more enjoyable for you. Number three, start journaling every single day. Journaling completely changed my life. I never believed in it. I was very skeptical about journaling up until I tried journaling before bedtime, and now it's been the whole year of me doing this as a daily practice before I go to bed. And let me tell you something. Something I've noticed is that when you journal and when you intentionally pick things that happen to you for you in a positive way, let's say little wins or big wins or small accomplishments, you actually realize that your life is filled with happy moments. Before, I used to think, oh, this day it sucked. It wasn't that good of a day. And then one day turns into a week and it turns into a month. And then you don't even notice that you're just like not living best life because you think what is happening to you is actually negative. But there's so many positive things that happen to you. And this is something I realized, that I'm the happiest person on planet because every day Something positive happened for me. When I started journaling, I started noticing these patterns, these positive patterns in my life. And I realized that every day was worth living. Every day was a positive day for me. And when you start journaling and highlighting things that happen with you that were positive, big or small, you will become happier as a person overall, and you will glow up from inside out because you have so much gratitude. You're more relaxed, you're more confident, and you can always come back to the previous pages and look through and realize that, wow, I've done so much, I've changed so much, I had this insight, I had this situation, and you realize, wow, I've actually been upgrading my life so much. When you don't have this reference system, when you can come back and see what you've done, it's really hard to remember because the mind likes to remember the negative things, because negative things usually have a higher emotional impact. Let's say something bad happened during the day, something negative, and because our brain likes to really focus on the negative side of it, sometimes you will not even remember that something great happened to you earlier. Maybe a stranger brought you a coffee, or you did something kind towards another person. You will not even remember what happened in the first half of the day if something negative happened in the second half of the day. So journaling really brings you back to the positive things that happened and brings you to the state of gratitude instead of state of scarcity. When you journal, you only need three main things. One, your win for the day. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Second, one moment of gratitude. What are you grateful for today? And three, one thing that you did better than before. Whatever that is, it is important to highlight what you did better than before because there's so much improvement happening every single day that we don't even notice because it's so small, but it's worth noting and it's worth celebrating. I love this trend on TikTok and Instagram going around right now where people are celebrating their wins. Even if they're the smallest wins, they write it down and they put it in the cake and everybody's celebrating. And I think that's such a beautiful trend to really highlight how every single year, every single day, we do certain things that we should be proud of. And we should be celebrating them, even if they're not grand things like buying a car or buying a house or getting married. A lot of things are worth celebrating. Number 4, eliminate toxic people from your life. Insecure and toxic people will bring you down faster than any virus could. Let me tell you that having toxic people around you will have you drained and depleted of energy, and it's going to be worse than COVID. If you had COVID, you understand what I'm talking about, because this is the virus, this is the energy that will bring you down. It will bring you down because they want you on their level. They don't want you to succeed. You have to look out for people that laugh at your wins, laugh at your successes, laugh at your dreams. Maybe they've minimized your success. They don't take it seriously. They don't listen to you. They only want to talk about themselves. They don't support you. And most importantly, they're not happy for you when you're doing well, and they're threatened by your potential and your growth. This is how you can find out that the people that are around you are actually not your friends, they're your enemies. And let me tell you that it's way better to be alone than those kind of people. The real glow up will happen when you have strong boundaries, when you are protective of your energy, because your energy is sacred and not everybody has access to it. This is when you will truly glow up, when you start asserting healthy boundaries and not explain yourself. You don't need to explain yourself. You already see what's happening. You already see who's draining your energy, and you have to be able to eliminate those people if you want to move forward and grow. And I know it sounds scary. Oh, I have to eliminate those people. They were so nice to me. They're not nice to you anymore. You will not move forward if you have those people around. So be very careful who you select to be in your circle, to be in your energy, because your energy is sacred, is the most important resource that you have. So when you are depleted, you cannot really do anything else. So we have to make sure that you have sufficient energy and you don't have those big energy leaks. Next thing I will say is quite uncomfortable, but you have to listen to me. You have to finish everything that you started. These are very big energy leaks. When you have unfinished business with somebody, when you have unfinished books, unfinished projects, unfinished courses that you started, anything that you haven't finished has to be finished. You have to close the chapter in order to feel full of energy, to feel that your spark is coming back. When we promise something to other people, we usually fulfill that because we feel like we need to respect those people and we have to be there on time. We can't miss it because we don't feel like it or the weather sucks. No, we have to fulfill our promise. But when it comes to our promises to ourselves, for some reason, we come up with so many excuses. Sometimes we don't feel like it, sometimes the weather is not right, or the stars didn't align, or the moon is in the wrong cycle. And I get all of these things, but when are we going to have self-respect towards ourselves? When are we going to make ourselves an authority? Why do we think that other people have more authority than us? Why do we treat ourselves as optional people? Why do we treat our promises to ourselves as optional, not as primary? You have to fulfill your own promises to yourself. This is how you're going to become an authority in your own life, and you'll become more and more confident day by day. Next thing I wanted to bring your attention to is dopamine. We have to do a dopamine reset, and we have to understand what is cheap versus real dopamine. So cheap dopamine always involves this stimulation. It's always instant gratification. It's scrolling your phone, it's comparing yourself to other people, it's talking about other people, it's watching other people's lives instead of living your own. This is what cheap dopamine is, because it infuses you that all this information, it's all exciting and new, and you have this burst of energy because you feel like, wow, I got something out of it really fast, that no real effort, that no time investment or any sort of commitment. But the real dopamine is where it's at. This is how you're gonna glow up from inside out, is when you move your body, is when you eat healthy, is when you delay gratification because you know that better things are awaiting for you. Because we have to focus on the long run. We have to focus on the consistency versus cheap, fast results. If you focus on the cheap and fast, you're gonna get out of it really fast and you're gonna bounce back to what it was before. But we're trying to create long-lasting results, and your glow up starts at consistency and self-respect to yourself. Real dopamine includes learning skills, having real conversations, deep, meaningful, long-term investment. But here's the problem: your brain gets addicted to cheap dopamine because it's easily available and it's fast. It's there all the time. You don't need to do any real work. But the price that you pay for it is zero motivation, it's constant anxiety and comparison to other people's lives, and this energy of lack, because you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, you constantly feel like you're not enough. This is the price that you pay if you're seeking cheap dopamine. If going into 2026, I want you to try these habits. Try not scrolling your phone for the first 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes or an hour once you wake up. Very important. It's something I struggle with personally, is being on my phone 24/7. The first thing I would do when I wake up is pick up my phone and look at notifications, and I have all these people messaging me, leaving me comments, and I would get all excited and then get sucked into it. Meanwhile, I'm not present in my life. Very crucial to stay present in your day, not just let some phone or computer take you away from your life and drift you into this illusionary world that exists we don't even know where, in social media or in the games or whatever that is for you. We have to be able to live in the present moment. At least focus on that once you wake up. And then you can take your phone once you're conscious and not asleep anymore. The same thing applies for bedtime. Try not using your phone an hour before bedtime. Create a routine that calms your nervous system instead of trying to activate it, because your phone activates your nervous system. You start being stimulated by all these videos, by all this information. Try reading a nice book, and maybe something you don't even need to think about that much. I recently picked out this fiction book that I really like reading before bedtime. It's very engaging, but it's also very lovely and nice, and it doesn't get me overstimulated and activated. Actually, it does the opposite, and it prepares me for my sleep time. I wanted to bring your attention to something important. Everything that I've discussed here is not really physical. It's all about your attention and where your energy goes. Your real glow up starts when you put attention on you, when you focus on you, instead of focusing on anything else that is just drifting you away from yourself. That being people that don't deserve your energy, that being too much social media, too much overstimulation, that being anything that distracts you from you. You will feel the real glow up when your attention comes back to you. Of course, I wanted to give you a simple glow up routine that everybody knows already at this point, but very mandatory to have some sort of movement during the day. If you can walk a lot, please do. If you can move your body in any way, whatever works best for you. I go to the gym 3 times a week, and that's the best way I can keep myself in shape. And also I try to walk daily as much as I can, even though I live in Canada, in Vancouver, and it's the rainiest city in the whole North America probably. I don't get to walk outside as much, but I recently bought a treadmill, so I use the treadmill when I watch a movie or when I reply to messages, and this is how I can increase my steps during the day without actually leaving my house. The body doesn't need perfection, it just needs consistency. So when you add that daily movement, it really helps your glow up. It helps you with inflammation, it helps you with bloating, because your body feels like it's moving, it's working, and all of this excess energy gets actually put in the right places. Second part, of course, nutrition. We have to be aware and conscious what we eat, what we put into ourselves. Food is how you treat yourself. How you feed yourself is really important, because this is the energy that you put into yourself, literally put into yourself. Of course, it doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as you're aware of it and you're putting in conscious effort into it, your glow up will be noticeable very fast. And finally, I wanted to touch on appearance. Something that a lot of people think, oh, it's so shallow to take care of yourself. I think it's actually a necessity. This is mandatory. This is just a form of self-respect. We don't do it for other people. We don't actually care what people think of us. It's more about us respecting ourselves. This is how I communicate to myself that I matter, that I'm important for me, not for other people. It actually doesn't really matter what they say. I really do it for myself. You want to get the most out of this life, and you treat every single day as an opportunity to shine and be the best version of you. It doesn't mean that you have to have a full glam every single day, but if you can show yourself whatever that is for you, maybe it's just doing a simple skincare, or maybe putting up your hair in a certain way that looks good on you. Whatever that is for you, that is how you're going to show self-respect to yourself and your own choices. So if you want to become unrecognizable in 2026, start by respecting yourself today. In every choice, in every habit, in every decision. Your 2026 glow up is already waiting for you. Thank you for being here with me, and see you soon.